What is good, DTL Universe? It is a glorious Sunday morning. Thank you all for joining us exclusively here on YouTube as we get you set for Week 9. And what a day. A lot of pivotal matchups today. Not a lot of marquee matchups, but pivotal matchups, which could be so important as we get towards the second half of the season. I'm your boy, the coach. I navigate this incredible ship. Do not forget, tonight we have two shows today. It is DTL Primetime Live only on Stadium tonight, 7 Eastern time, as we count down to the Colts and the Vikings tonight. DG will be in the host chair for that. Now, as always, we are the most transparent show in all of sports betting. Yesterday, not a bad day for the brand. Indiana, once again, they laid out Michigan State. My goodness. My man AB doing work 3 out of 4. So really a solid day. And Soupy, my goodness, Soupy. Do not forget, every single weekday, DTL the podcast drops around 2 p.m. Eastern time. And there is the face that I love so very. What are you like coming from the hip-hop convention or something, AB? What the hell's going on?
Hey, we are, Coach. Good morning, crew. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, hey, chained up, iced out. Let's go.
All right, well, as always, we have the Howie Schwab crew play of the day because we love to play things together. What are our choices this morning, sir?
We got 4 fine choices here. 2 games. You go Lions minus 2.5 or Packers plus 2.5. You're going to go Cowboys plus 3.5 or the Atlanta Falcons minus 3.5. Polls in the chat. Vote now. Update as we always do at the end of the show.
All right, and don't forget, this is only on YouTube today. On your way in, don't be lazy. Hit the like button for us. It really helps the show grow. Now, as always, we got the best crew in the business. So without further ado, it's time for the picks. Oh, and first and foremost, the man from the dirty, Big Chuck, big weekend. Good morning.
Morning, Coach, crew. Yeah, pretty nice weekend, and I'm loving today, so I'm excited to get this one started. This NFL card is something else, so they keep getting better and better.
Oh, shucks. They keep getting better and better, don't they? All right, now this man has literally been up all night, all day, and he can't wait for Tuesday to be over. And, of course, I'm talking about the college football rankings. Good morning to our numbers guy, Rafael Esparza. Good morning, sir.
Thank you, college football betting guys, to do that release on Tuesday as well. But good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. It should be a great Sunday. Some good games. I'm excited to watch the Bears-Cardinals games. That's probably one of the better ones I'm watching.
Why are you talking so high this morning? Are you pinching yourself, or like you're very high today?
2 pots of coffee, Coach.
You're like, damn it, I'm shaking. I'm shaking everywhere. All right, you have any questions for my guys? We'll try to get to as many as we possibly can because on Sunday mornings, this is the only show of the entire week. It's just us. It's just you, and it's just us here on our incredible YouTube page that AB has put together. Now, let's get into it. We've got a straight picks page today. We've got a lot of props today, and then we will get into and discuss some of the bigger games of the entire day as well. So we got a lot to get to. So, AB, I want to start with you because everybody's talking for a lot of different reasons about the Lions and the Packers today. Let's start right there.
Going right with Detroit here, minus 2.5 against the Green Bay Packers. Now, could be some weather concerns. Could be a lot of things going on. Quarterback situation for Green Bay. However, I believe in these Detroit Lions. I don't care if they're playing in a monsoon, a gorilla monsoon, all right? I believe in the Detroit Lions the same way, all right, that we rep the Vols here. All right, we're repping the Lions today, so let's go.
And I believe in Joe Henry, too. It's a great start. I don't know why more people aren't on the coach bandwagon right now, AB, because it is not close. The Lions are the best team in football. And I'm a little surprised it's 2.5 because they're on the road. But to me, there is not a team, certainly not in the NFC, that's even close to the Lions. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong at all. This team can play offense. They can play defense. They can play special teams. You drop a player, they get better. This team is just phenomenal. And their locker room, the best part, is tight. You can't beat that, man.
You're giving out game balls to the kicker. That's old school when you're talking about the Lions. We'll get more into that game in just a little bit. Maybe some weather issues today as well. All right, Big Chuck, let me come over to you because you think down there in hot Atlanta, where none of the Chick-fil-A's will be open inside this stadium. Not today. No. But you like points today. Give us your 2.
Cowboys versus the Falcons. I'm expecting a shootout in the ATL with both teams preferring to play on that fast track. 7 of Dallas's last 9 have went over the total, and the Dirty Birds in 4 of 5. I'll go ahead and grab that over 52.5. Lastly, Saints Panthers. This one flew over in week 1. With these defenses, I see another high-scoring game with 11 of their combined 15 going over the total. I'll grab the over 43 in this NFC matchup.
Couple of overs. And we've kind of seen a pivot the last couple of weeks from unders coming in to overs coming in, and Charles is always in front of the game. Now, Raphael, I'm looking at yours, and I'm kind of riding both of the teams that you like, as you can see with my plays, but I would love to hear why you think the Cardinals at home are a good pick. Let's give us your 2.
I'll start with that one, Coach. My sister and her husband are going to the game. Dan, that's her husband's name, has been a big Bears fan. He's been to 5 straight games, and he's lost. The Bears have lost every 5 games that he's attended. He's going to be there. That's one of the reasons why. And I think COD is going to outplay Caleb Williams today. I just like the way Arizona's been playing at home. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I just like Arizona, the way the matchup being this game at home. And then Charles beat me. I can't believe he beat me in this one. I wanted to take the over in that Cowboys-Falcons game, but hats off to Charles. He beat me. I think Cowboys team total over 23.5 minus 120 is a great play. The Falcons defense back-to-back games have given up this number. Don't forget the Seahawks blew through all over Atlanta. I like the Cowboys team total over 23.5.
Do you know how you can tell that Raphael has been up for like 2 or 3 days?
How?
When he says his brother-in-law has been to every 5 games so far for the Bears.
0-5. Way to go, Danny boy.
0-5.
Good job, Danny boy. Remind me who the Browns are playing today, Raphael.
The Browns,
yeah, they're playing the Chargers.
Chargers.
And the Chargers are 50 miles from you right now. Go ahead, AB.
Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to say Jameis Winston is minus 190 to throw an interception today.
Maybe I should have added that to my prop list today. But I tell you what, this guy's becoming an absolute rock star for every podcast. There's all these OG podcasts, The Pivot, and all these different former players that have their shows. They now all of a sudden are in love with Jameis Winston. They are. He's their guy. Making fun of him 3 weeks ago, but we love him today. Here at DTL, we've always loved Jameis Winston, and he is a starting quarterback, which is why I love the Browns today. On top of that, the Chargers are playing that dreaded West Coast team. Early start, 1 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. with the fall back. Do the sorry, Fat Joe. All right, then I like a teaser today. I like the Cowboys. You like that one, Raphael? Cowboys plus 9.5, and I like the Broncos plus 15.5. In the NFL, I don't care who it is, and I don't care who is playing. If you're going to give me 15.5 points, prove me wrong. And I understand the Ravens are pissed about last week against the Browns. I get it. But the Broncos are also 5-3. The Broncos play really well on the road. So let's not sleep on them. And you're going to give me 15.5? And you're going to be 9.5 with the Cowboys? I'll take that teaser all day long. And I also believe the Browns will get the job done. Those are my 2 straight plays. Do not forget, tonight, primetime live at 7 Eastern time, only on Stadium. We've got straight picks, but also props. So let's go to our props for the day games right here and right now. AB, let me come over to you because I know that you have 3, maybe 4 on your ticket today. What do we got?
I do. All right. First off, we're going to start here in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. And our man, Blue Line Haas, is going to the Patriots-Titans game today. And he asks, what do we get at the stadium? What's the best food? Daddy's Dogs is money. Local group here. They make the best. Oh, dude, it's awesome. He's going to love it. Anyways, Mason Rudolph. Yeah, Mason Rudolph, quarterback of the Titans, is throwing a pick today against the Patriots. And Gerard Mayo there. That game is going to be something. Next, Kirk Cousins. I love him. He's throwing a pick against the Cowboys. Just going to happen. Now, my boy Tua, all right? Melanie in the chat. She loves her Dolphins. And Tua Tagovailoa. Good Hawaiian kid, but it could be tough in Buffalo today. He's throwing a pick. And then Raphael's boy, all right? What do you call him? COD?
COD.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's throwing a shot, and it's not going to land except in the hands of somebody else. Kyler Murray over half a pick as well.
AB, you know, when we started the whole membership thing and we were wondering if it would work, and you said, let's start it so we can have showdowns and we can have ways to give back when we beat each other. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, we have a little issue.
Okay.
Because we've got a new member of the crew. He's a part of Weekend Wagers, 3 p.m. Eastern, drops on Friday, crew exclusive. And his name's Mark. And I feel like Mark is starting to get kind of a big head, that he's starting to get a little bit cocky, a little bit arrogant. Because here's what he just wrote in the chat. Coach, want a showdown for 5 memberships? I like the LA Chargers, and I will give you 2.5. AB, what should we do about this?
I think producer man should scroll down to the background music area and hit, what is the name of it? Wild West Western logo. Hit that. There it is.
That's got to be that's our new one right there, because I love doing that. All right, Mark, I'm not taking your damn 2.5. I'm not a charity case. All right? We'll go head up. Even Steven, if you accept that play, just write boom in the chat, and we are done. Brian loves that new showdown music, AB. So we're going to go.
Too.
I love it, because then you can go like that. Oh,
yeah, you can do like this, and StreamYard actually did something right for once and helped producer man out instead of making his life a living hell. So, yeah.
By the way, I got Big Dave. He's rolling with me. He goes, I'm a coach. Chargers suck. Mark, you can have all the stats, all the analytics, all your nice new shiny algorithms that you have out there that we always support, we always promote. You're welcome. But not today, big boy. This is the Jameis Winstons, and I'm the #1 fan. So that's going to cost you 5 memberships. By the way, AB, I still owe you for 5 memberships. Don't let me forget that. I don't like going to anybody. All right. So AB's got his 4 interception props. So Raphael, big boy, I'm seeing a name below your name that's been very silent the last few weeks. And the reason for that is he's been hurt, but he's back today. Who are you fading?
Yeah, Derek Carr under 31.5 passing attempts minus $1.25. A little bit shocked on how high this number. The week 1 when the Saints blew out the Panthers in New Orleans, he didn't even throw that. He only threw for 26 passing attempts. I have a feeling that the Saints are going to blow up Carolina again. That means the run game is going to be very active in the second half with Harris. Don't forget Taysom Hill is back. I just think this is a way too high of a number. I'm going to take the Derek Carr under 31.5 passing attempts. And then give me Caleb Williams over 24.5 rushing yards minus 3 nickels. He's hit this prop 3 straight games. I think he does a lot of good things with his legs today, not with his arm. And he's going to go toe-to-toe with COD in rushing yards. I like Caleb Williams to beat that head-to-head matchup. You can get that at DraftKings. I like the Caleb Williams over 24.5 rushing yards, 3 nickels.
Were you saying that like you're some kind of badass when you were saying, he's going to go toe-to-toe Kyler Murray today? He is a COD.
I have no idea what's coming out of my mouth these days.
I think it's hilarious. I want this Raphael every single day, AB. I want the guy that he's saying stuff, then he hears it 3 seconds later. That's the Raphael that we need. Oh my God.
Yeah.
By the way, I guess we're starting a trend because Liddy in the chat, he wants a showdown with somebody. So just so everybody knows, if you're new, if you have a showdown, it's going to cost you at least, or whatever you agree to, at least 1 membership. We don't send $50 back and forth anymore. We want to spread the word of the show. So AB came up with this incredible new thing where you can gift a membership and then you get all of the content on both sides of the fence. So if you want a showdown, it costs you at least 1. Me and Mark are doing 5. So that'll basically be $25. So, Liddy, anybody wants to showdown with Liddy, let us know. Liddy, you got to put in what you want to showdown. You can't just say, I want a showdown. You got to say what you don't like. Maybe you don't like one of AB's props. I don't know.
Hey, if anybody wants to go showdown on an interception, hey, I'm right here. You just say it.
What's that line that we always use? If you want to go down, that's how we get down. All right. Big Chuck, you did some work. You've got, count them, 1, 2, 3. This isn't your 5-pack. This is not Football Friday, but it is Sunday, and I love where your head is at. We can't split these up either. You got to give me all 5 right now, okay? There you go.
Kyle Pitts over 46.5 receiving yards. With Micah Parsons still out, this tight ends are just carving up this Cowboys defense. Plus, Pitts went over 47 yards, 4 straight and 5 of 6. Love this play. Darnell Mooney over 52.5 receiving yards. I have Mooney with 5 or more catches today, and he averages 14 yards per catch, only needing 53 receiving yards. Definitely works for me. Drake London, anytime touchdown. He's a big target in the red zone and has 5 touchdowns in his last 7 games. I see him getting on the scoreboard today for Kirk. CeeDee Lamb over 86.5 receiving yards. He went for 146 last week and has cashed this prop in 4 of his last 6. Last, Alvin Kamara. This number is just disrespectful. Over 30.5 receiving yards. He's had 83 receiving yards in week 1 versus the Panthers and averages 63. So love this play for him to at least get 31.
It's so disrespectful. Oh, Big Chuck. I love all 5 of those. By the way, quick chat question. Do you like Marseille over 1.5 team totals today? That's from KY4CY33.
Every week.
Boom. It's an auto. It's an auto. By the way, did you guys see the little thing next to KY4's name? Iowa State. How about them blowing up their playoff chances yesterday? Are you kidding me right now? You're going to lose to Texas Tech in Ames? What's going on?
That was brutal. The last 20 seconds, man, that was tough, dude.
Brutal, wasn't it, AB? Oh,
Opens the door for BYU.
It really does. We talked about it on the podcast this week that somebody had to lose at the top of the Big 12 to give Colorado a chance, and now Iowa State has done that. BYU, I think BYU is a playoff team anyway. They're awesome. They're a really, really good football team. By the way, Tuesday will be the college football rankings. Makes a lot of sense. Do it on the same night as the biggest election in the last 25 years or the most volatile election in the last 25 years. By the way, I think, AB, we pissed off Liddy. He says, and I quote, "Thank you for telling me how to do a showdown, coach."
That's a funny response. Liddy, an old school OG. That's a good one.
Jenks the Mouse says, "I want a $500 Venmo showdown, and you have to bet the Carolina Panthers."
I wouldn't take the Carolina Panthers in practice.
Playing 7-on-7 against nobody.
Against
Oh, my
themselves.
goodness. Oh, God. I love the Sunday morning show. This is the only show of the week. It's just you and us here on our YouTube page. Big live number, though, which is incredible. Melanie is here, as always, and she's laughing in the chat. But we've got to get a little bit deeper because we may have plays that you don't necessarily like. But there's a lot of good games today, and we take the time to get into it. And today, our discussion of week number 9 brought to you by Weekend in Taipei.
You said no more secrets.
Shut up and let me drive.
Okay, Mom, who is this guy?
I'm an undercover DEA agent to finally take Kwong's operation now.
Bring me my wife, and you kill John Lawler.
So you came back after all this time for Kwong, but not for me?
I just need 1 weekend. I'm not gonna lose you again. So you haven't changed a bit.
Thanks.
Weekend in Taipei, only in theaters November 8th.
I will be front and center Friday for Weekend in Taipei. I love our partnership with them. Those guys are so amazing. Hopefully, we can help this movie, just like we did with Reagan, get to number 1 in the country. By the way, they were running a commercial on Crown Jewel yesterday, WWE. We're on the same level, absolute same level. Crown Jewel, DTL.
That Reagan movie was awesome. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it was great. Like, I absolutely loved it, man. It's fantastic.
Hey, we know how to pick them, baby. We know how to pick them. All right, they make a lot of movies down there in Atlanta. You get a lot of big tax breaks. Tyler Perry, what's up? And today, it's all focused on a football game. It's the Cowboys and the Falcons. And the Cowboys, all of their wins, AB, have been on the road. But last week, it depends how you look at it. I fell asleep when it was 27-10. You wake up, it's 30-24. So now, second week in a row, they have to go on the road. But this is a line in the sand. If they lose another one, the Commanders and the Eagles are so far ahead that with less than 8 games to play, I think it'll be over for, I guess they've had their bye week. So they would have exactly 8 to play. But it's hard to catch up 2-3 games when you're that far back with 8 games to go. How much of a must-win for the Cowboys today?
It's a very much a must-win. I mean, pretty much every game here on out is falls in that category. What I'm interested the most in is that Ezekiel Elliott is actually suspended for this game internally. Didn't travel, Like, did not dressing like that surprises me. Ezekiel Elliott is not a guy who kind of goes against team rules.
Yeah.
So the fact that like that they sat him publicly to kind of send a message, this locker room could go. These boys could start quitting on the season. I'm fascinated to see what today looks like.
That's a great point, because they could have easily just said he hasn't been playing that much anyway. So you could have been like, oh, he's going to be inactive, or he's just not going to play. We're writing him out of the game script today. They could have done all that, AB, to your point, but they didn't. And the fact that they didn't, and this is a veteran. This is a guy, he's not out partying. He's not, at least I don't think so. But interesting, and to AB's point, Raphael, this could be kind of the tip of the iceberg, and now it could be every man for himself. And if that's the case, then maybe the Falcons would be the play today.
Yeah, the betting public looks like that. That's why some books have moved it to 3.5 already for the Falcons game. I wouldn't be shocking me if we see more Atlanta. This one was a little shocking to myself because I was looking to maybe play Dallas all week thinking, yeah, must-win game. But isn't every game Dallas play a must-win game because they stink? But I really wanted to maybe pull the trigger. Now I'm going to take a step back because they're very quiet on why the suspension, and AB's 100%. That could tear up the locker room because he's still well-loved in that locker room, even when he wasn't on the team last year. I'm going to take a step back and just enjoy a lot of points and hopefully cash the ticket that Charles stole from me on a play and my ticket as well.
Maybe he's upset that he has to wear the number 15, because I would be if I was him. I mean, I'm a legend. I'm a legend in the Cowboys uniform. And I come back and you make me wear 15. But I think, Big Chuck, you got the consensus for all of us, is that the Cowboys are a team just like last week. Look what happened. They scored 2 late touchdowns because they can move the ball. They can score. And maybe we lean into CeeDee Lamb, because I said they're going to use him a lot. They did. Dak, maybe we lean into his passing yards, because we know even if they get behind, the Falcons have proven they cannot stop anybody this year. I love your play, but give me a couple of players that you think might go off to get to this over.
For the Cowboys, you could look at Jake Ferguson. I know Rico Dowdle's supposedly coming back. Turbin. Those are two that I had eyeballed on. Aubrey's always going to be a great choice because I could see him getting some kicks. And on the Falcons side, I like Drake London. I really liked his catches, but they're too juiced up. So I'd liked his yards. And Ray McLeod, that's another one you can also look at in the Falcons. So there's a large amount of players that you could really roll with. Plus, we could see Dak throw an interception. But it's juiced up to -150. So there's several ways you could go on this particular game.
Hey, Dak at -150. AB, sometimes the juice
is worth thy squeeze.
And today feels like one of those days. That's for damn sure. Speaking of Ray, DG, his favorite player, is in the chat. Any questions for him? I already see some of you guys asking him questions. Put them in there. He'll answer them for you in real time as he gets set. He probably, AB, is coming into the morning show to really, hopefully he's got his paper and his pen just like I do. He's probably taking notes on how to host at a extremely high level. That's what I'm assuming DG is doing right now. Would you agree with that?
I certainly hope so, because we're going to find out tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Very interesting, DG. Very interesting. Over 100 million homes. Don't let that faze you at all. Now, George in the chat, he loved your play the other night. I got to be honest. It really got me excited during the game. The new punt down inside of the 5-yard line, AB. That was so exciting. Do you think perhaps you're going to be looking into that for tonight or tomorrow, perhaps?
Yes. Let me just tell you, I like it for tonight. I also like it in the Chargers-Browns game. That's another good option if you're looking for punts.
Okay. Chargers-Browns. If you guys weren't here on Thursday, AB played this new bet that you can have. What books have it, AB?
I got it at BetMGM. I'm
Okay.
sure that there are other, larger
DraftKings
books.
has it.
Yep, DraftKings, absolutely, yeah. So the major ones will.
All right, so it is. You can bet. It was plus 200 on Thursday, but you can bet on a punt to be down inside of the 5-yard line. Punts have never been so much fun until you play that bet. It was awesome.
It's awesome. Like, I'll tell you what, if you're looking to kind of do your own research of like how to find them, take a look at time of possession for both teams, and I'll give you a hint: the Indianapolis Colts are the worst in the NFL. Now, brand new quarterback, but teams that have a very low time of possession, You only get 7 to 8 drives, and they have to end touchdown, field goal, interception, fumble, or a punt. They have to end at some point, right? Take a look at teams with low time of possessions. Those are your teams that usually hit a lot of punts, give you more chances.
Boom and boom. Let me ask you all a question right now. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Now, Japan, you want to take a shot at your boy on a Sunday morning? Look what my boy Japan wrote. DG, probably going to do so good hosting, we might have to replace coach. If you're going to talk trash and take a shot, at least write it in English. Probably going to do so good. Probably going to do so good. I'll take shots. I'll take shots on a Sunday morning. Fall back.
Sounds like something I would say right now.
All right, game number 2 today. And this is one that's kind of, I think, AB, it's a little bit under the radar. And it also proves why you've got to look at NFL games individually. Because if you look at the whole gamut, you'd be like, what in the world? The Ravens giving 9.5 to a 5-3 Broncos team. I also think that just from a handicapping standpoint, I can't believe the number is this high. But I think, I think it's because of Bo Nix, because of the rookie quarterback. And week to week, he has been inconsistent. But this is a Broncos team, AB, that plays really well on the road. And right now, they're in a position to make a playoff run.
They are. Do you want to know a little secret? The Broncos and the Ravens have the exact same record. So there you go. There you go. Broncos 3-1 on the road this year. Now, it feels like it's a must-win, quote, unquote, for Baltimore because it's not a must-win. Like, nobody's, facing getting fired. But, yeah, man, like, this is a real game, dude. And Sean Payton is live out there, man. He likes to have fun. He's a gambler where John Harbaugh is the opposite of it. I'll say this, though. If there were ever a day that Derrick Henry's going to score 2 touchdowns, this one might be it.
Today's the day?
Yeah,
Today's the day. We also got to remember, Raphael, that the Ravens are coming off a game where they went to Cleveland. Nobody gave them a chance, the Browns. They came out, and Jameis Winston outplayed Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson, usually when this happens, he comes back, and he has a really big game. So I'm kind of looking at some props for the Ravens, even though I think the Broncos will keep this within the number. I don't think they win, but I think they lose by 6 or 7 today, but certainly not by 10, I don't think.
This game right here is where you look at what book you have because there's 3 numbers out in this game, 8.5, 9, and 9.5. So whatever side you on, you get that number you want because it's very rare that you get 3 numbers that you can choose from all here in the States. I was leaning towards Baltimore, but don't forget, the quarterback for Baltimore, Jackson, didn't practice all week. They said he didn't have any injuries. They knew he was going to play all day, but I don't believe that. When there's usually smoke, there's fire, especially when it comes to an NFL quarterback. I'm going to pump the brakes on this one because I like Denver's defense.
Thank you very much, Raphael. And let me come over to you, Charles, because the Ravens at times this year, they have looked like an over team. But the Broncos, part of their secret is their defense. And they try to limit the game. They try to shorten the game. And if that's the case, then sometimes the under in these Broncos games can be the play.
I was thinking we were going to see an under, but this total has continued to go up. I think it was around 42. Now we're like 46. So it's went up. So, and that means that I would look at the Broncos. The way I would correlate that is Broncos and over, but the Ravens, they would want to keep it a lower scoring for their benefit. So, I'm thinking we're going to see points in this one. I think the Broncos keep it tight, and you could even look at maybe their team totals, some of their options like that.
Raphael, go.
Every Ravens game this year, the over has been bet on. Not cash, but bet on. So the Baltimore Ravens are an over team that the public bets on. So I would maybe – this total opened up at 43, 46.5 right now, but that's just Raven over money coming in.
All right. Very, very good. All right, Raphael, I'm going to come right back to you because this is your game. And it's very easy to overlook certain teams. But today, this is the most important game of the year for both teams, in my opinion. And it's the Chicago Bears, who a couple of weeks ago, they were the toast of the town. And in a matter of 3 seconds, that lasted about 25 seconds, Chicago went from right there at the top of the division to dead last in the division. That's how tight the NFC North is. And then you got Arizona, and they've beaten their 4 wins, Raphael, Rams, 49ers, Chargers, and the Dolphins. And they are tied for first place with Seattle, with the 49ers, and then you got the Rams a half a game back. So every game is pivotal. But when you look at it, even the books feel like this is basically an even game, which gives you pause or confidence if you're a Bears fan.
Yeah, I'm going to do some research when I get off the air because here's another game that has 3 different numbers, 1, 1.5, and 2. So that's very, very rare. It all depends. I like the Bears. I think they come back. What's the best thing the Bears need right now is a play-a game. We all remember their last game. I think that's what's going to happen. But, man, COD, he's impressed me all season long. The Cardinals have impressed me all season long. I didn't think their defense was going to be mediocre. I thought it was going to just be sad. But they've just been impressive. Very intense game. This one's going to be very curious because I think playoff implications can be involved, whoever wins and whoever loses.
There is no question there is. And AB, if I've been not making fun, I've been very critical of Kyler Murray this year, that when they get behind, he quits. But when they're in the game, or if they're ahead in a game, like a battle against the Chargers, he played pretty tough football. Can he be the leader that the Cardinals need him to be in a game like today? It's late. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs. It's a really good Chicago Bears team. These are the games where Cardinals fans and Cardinals coaches need to say, this is why we're paying you all this cash.
He can be. And, the good thing for him, he doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He's really worked on that in the offseason, and it's helping this team, excuse me, because when he doesn't turn it over, like their win-loss record just skyrockets, which any quarterback team would be that way. But for him, man, not throwing those dumb picks, but you're right. It's staying in the game. In not being down 14 with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and then they just check out, right? You look at the Bears side, Tyreek Stevenson, the cornerback that gave up the Hail Mary. The Bears announced that they won't start him today, all right, hoping that he learns from it. I don't know if that means he doesn't play. They just said don't start. Could be that college move, right, where it's like, yeah, we're not starting him. He got in trouble. That means he's just not playing the first series of the game, and he'll come right in. So we'll see about that one. But
he's a defensive player, AB. Nobody knows if he starts or not.
I know.
He's not like he's the quarterback.
Oh, and I did. I know, right? And I did a little research here. I found out why Ezekiel Elliott suspended.
Oh,
right?
Let's go.
So they want to call it a healthy scratch. He missed 3 team meetings, including Friday. All right. Apparently, this has been a serious problem all year long, which missing team meeting. What else do you do? It's your job, right? And you're a veteran. That's not good. I don't like the sound of that at all, man.
Is he a horse? A healthy scratch? That's what I hear when I'm looking at the horses.
Bob Baffert put him down. Not that way, but Bob Baffert.
Where else are you going to be at 10 a.m. on a Friday? You're a professional football player. That's what you do. You've got the greatest practice facility in the world. Why would you not even just want to hang out there? Just go
watching
and hang
DTL.
out.
Watching DTL at 10 a.m.
Put us up on the big screen. Roku TVs. Are you kidding me right now? Big Chuck, let me come over to you. Because I think today we're really going to see the litmus test, because at some point when you get to week 9 of the NFL season, you are who you are. And I want to see how Chicago responds to that debilitating loss that they had just a week ago in Washington.
I'd like the Bears to start the week, but as this game gets closer, I'm thinking this may be a Cardinals spot, and I'm thinking we may see a lower scoring game, an under game. So I'm really looking at maybe some turnovers in this one, field goal kicker props. Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. may have nice games. So, yeah, I'm liking the Cardinals in a highly contested game, and I think this one stays under that 44.5, 45.
A highly contested game, and that's an afternoon game. Again, of course, it shuts off just as I need it. The Bears-Cardinals game is at 4:05 Eastern. Interesting today, there are 2 4:05s and 2 4:25s. And AB, one of the 4:25s, is the Lions and the Packers. You are all over Detroit. And I got to be honest with you, there is a couple of questions in the chat asking about if the line up to 3.5, they're in a couple of contests or whatever. How high would you, if you just had to say, I'll take an alternate line, how much would you give if you were the Lions?
Yeah. So I think it's a great question. And the weather concerns me. I'm not fully, in on exactly what the weather is going to be, but if it's bad, you don't want to go too terribly high, right? So, I'm looking at 5, right? Like it's a division game. They're usually lower scoring. These two teams know each other. So I'd like 4.5. Like I would be careful. I wouldn't mess around with that at all. You might be better off playing Detroit in a money line 2-leg parlay. Right.
I like that.
I think that could be maybe a smarter play if you want to go Detroit there. But, for Green Bay, Josh Jacobs, he's going to play. Jordan Love is going to play. But that means that they've been hurt all week. Right. So you're not going to get 100%. So, yeah, like I'm all Detroit. Yeah. But 5, that's about as high as I'd go.
All right. The chat is saying 5 is. Damn it. I'm so sorry. The chat's saying 5. Some are saying 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I just think that 6 and 2 I think the Lions are going to blow the Packers out by more than 7. I really believe that. By the way, I just pulled up the weather, guys, in Green Bay.
Yep.
And it's going to be light rain, likely around 4 o'clock. And it's 60% at 4, 60% at 5, 60% at 6.
Does it say the wind by any chance?
Let's go to the wind. The wind is
miles.
17 miles an hour at game time, and staying there around 17 or 18 for 3 hours.
Okay, well, so both offenses, real quick, are 7 yards in passing offenses, right? But here's the thing: if you're Jordan Love and you're injured, right? Even if you're you're 80-85%, the wind, if you don't have full velocity, right, your velo on the ball, it's gonna move. Whereas Jared Goff is throwing lightning bolts that are 3 to 5 yard slants all day long, and they can run the ball. That makes me like Detroit even more.
Boy, you're right. Last week they scored 52 points, and he had, wait for it, damn it, I hate colds. He had 85 yards passing is all he had last week, and the Lions scored 52 points.
That Tennessee Titans defense, also with wind and weather like that, remember, the people that it affects the most are kickers.
Maybe even in Coolville, but they're playing inside today, Raphael. All right, Big Chuck, let me come over to you because this game, obviously, it's huge. Both teams have 6 wins. However, the Lions have had their bye week, so they're 6-1. The Packers are 6-2. And I don't know how all of the tiebreakers are going to fall at the end of the season, but I know this, that head-to-head is the very first one. So when you beat somebody, it's like having a 2-game lead over them. So today, I think the Packers have got to throw everything and the kitchen sink. But when you have a groin injury, Jordan Love may not be that mobile today for the Packers.
And at any point with this game, he could get injured. So just like last week, he could come out and then you have Malik Willis. So if you take the Packers, say he gets hurt in the first quarter, then you're riding with Malik Willis. So that's a big risk that you're taking. So that's another reason that I like the Lions in this spot. Plus being an under game, I think that would also benefit them. It kind of correlates. So them and the game staying under would benefit the Lions. And we already know that if it comes down to kicking, the Packers are struggling in the kicking game. So that's another flaw that they're experiencing. So I'm liking the Lions. You could even just look at the money line since it's at the 2.5, just for them to win straight up, take any chance out of it. But I think this is a Lions spot where they've notoriously struggled in Green Bay, but I think the tide is kind of turning for them. So yeah, I could see them winning straight up and this being a lower scoring game.
A lot of chitter chatter going on with this Lion Packers game in the chat. Willis is a fuddy-duddy. Chip, the language. I'm taking Laporta for checkdowns over 3.5. I think the last time I saw that. Melanie, all over it. Tina, I'm not that confident. It's going to be a big game at 4:25 Eastern this afternoon. Last game we will hit on, and then we're going to get the hell out of Dodge and enjoy the day just like you guys are. But it's Sunday Night Football. And tonight, DTL Primetime Live, 7 Eastern to 8 Eastern, live on Stadium, Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, watch Stadium app, stadium.com, all of it. And here's the number, AB. The Vikings all the way up to 5. This thing has been moving since we started profiling this game on Tuesday. The public clearly is all over the Vikings, as now we know Anthony Richardson. Coach, give me a blow. I'm tired. Well, he's going to get a blow the entire season, the entire game, because he's benched today. And Joe Flacco will be starting for the Colts tonight. Do you ride with the public AB at -5?
I do. And look, it's nothing against Flacco. I like him, but talk about the Vikings here, who are the number 1 team in quarterback pressures, the number 1 team in quarterback sacks, the 3rd best rushing defense in the NFL, number 1 offensively in time of possession, and they're coming off their first loss of the year. You know they're pissed off. I am rolling with Minnesota today.
Yeah, Minnesota coming back home. The Rams just beat them like a drum. It's still a face mask. I don't care what anybody says. But they lost by 10. It's not like it was a last-second win. And the Rams are going to be in Seattle today. So, Raphael, let me come over to you. Because Minnesota also, on top of losing, they have to look within their division, because it wasn't that long ago that we said, could we have 4 playoff teams? We knew they'd beat each other up. But when you're losing to the Rams and not a team in your division, that's not good. They need to say tonight, we are the team that was the last undefeated team in the NFC.
Agree, and you figure the Vikings are going to be watching the Lions-Packers, especially when the Packers win that game. Yeah, I said the Packers are going to win that game. But this one's a big one. The public is betting the Colts, teasers, parlays, and all that. But the wise guys are betting the Vikings. That's why there's that 5 out there. It's going to be very curious. If the books get crushed in the morning, we could see 5.5, 6 on this game. I would say grab the 5, 5.5. I think the betting public at the end of the day is going to look at favorite and over, favorite and older. Because that DG says this game has no weather conditions in this game at 46.5 because it's in a dome.
So stupid.
I think the Vikings at 5 and 5.5 is probably the best bet. Get it now because I think it moves to 6 by kickoff.
Yeah, great analysis by DG in the chat. Weather looks good tonight in Minnesota. Thank you, DG. We appreciate that.
That homework.
It's a freaking dome.
Hey, one thing real quick. Sorry not to interrupt.
No.
Minnesota, all right, Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator. They are so deep at the defensive line, and we'll talk about it tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. They could go 4 defensive tackles, okay? Completely shut down your run game, and then substitute and bring in 4 defensive ends, what they call a NASCAR package, and everybody's flying to the quarterback. It is awesome to watch, dude. It's really, really cool, man. Tonight's game's going to be fun.
I love that they call it the NASCAR package.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think it's awesome. That's awesome. I'll keep an eye out for that. Again, tonight, full breakdown with AB, Z-Man, DG on Primetime Live. By the way, TJ in the chat just had a good statement, and there's so many bots I can't even freaking get back to it. But basically, there is a real thing, Charles, for teams after they play the Lions. And I know the Lions were 2 weeks ago, but after you play the Lions this year, you do not win the next game. That's how physical they are. So the Vikings lose to the Lions last minute, and then what happens in the next game? They get blown out by the Rams. It's a real thing. So maybe they've licked their wounds just a little bit, and they're ready to go today at home because this is you can't lose 3 in a row.
They've had the 10 days off after that Rams loss, which it should be their spot, but it's maybe tricky. I would have been monitoring this when I see the total. I'm even seeing some 47s for Flacco and the Fighting Stinky Legs. So I think that this could be a tricky spot for if a higher score game. I think the Colts stick around. So the Vikings, they would want to keep it lower score, and I think that's going to benefit them. So this one is definitely one that you're going to have to monitor to the last minute. I can see it fluctuating several different ways.
Fluctuating. That's a big word for us today, Big Chuck. Speaking of big, how about a big lead for Barcelona? Did you play Barcelona today, Chuck?
Absolutely, man. Remember, we have them on the team total over 3.5. It's a nice plus money. So 2 more Barcelona, bring them on home.
But you've already cashed on the 2-0. Did you have first half over 1.5?
You know I did, Coach. Next level.
I did, Coach. Let's go. All right. That's all the damage that we can do. But, here on the morning show, I like to give my guys one last take for the entire day, whatever is on their mind. So, Charles, let me come back to you. Start us off. What's your last take as we head into a very pivotal Week 9?
I think we're going to continue to see these totals cash coming in. Lower scoring games are coming a distant past, so expect more high scoring games. So that benefits people who like their props, totals, first halves, team totals, several different ways to maximize your profits.
All right, Raphael, talk to me.
I'm excited for the 4:00 games. We have some great games at 4:00, so I'm going to take a little nap, get up, and watch the 4:00 games. But I'm excited. That Lions game is going to be very, very interesting.
Bears, Cardinals, Jags, Eagles, Packers hosting the Lions, and the Rams on the road at Seattle. Awesome 4-pack AB of games at 4 o'clock. Bring us home.
Did you say Jaguars at Eagles?
I
right?
did.
That's
Yes.
Doug Peterson going back home to Philly. All right. Philly special. That should be nice. And, Coach, I've got a surprise present for everybody here. All right. I've been working for 3 days on a video to show everyone how to not only build your own no-fly zone, but how to use it to bet every single prop style of every NFL game and to break it down. Wide receivers, running backs, everything, you name it, and it will be ready to go today. And we're using tonight's game, so it's fresh, good info as well. Yeah, you're going to enjoy it. I'll tweet it out when it's done.
So you're going to tweet that out, and if people don't see it, will it be at our YouTube page also, living
Yeah,
there?
that's where it'll be. Yeah, we'll put it
okay.
up there, and then, yeah, you'll be able to find it forever. It'll live forever.
Wow. I can't wait to see that. Literally, do you want to do the work? We're going to show you how to do the work.
No, I'm
Then
not
you
going
can
to go to bed
do it
now.
yourself.
Jeez, thanks a lot, AB.
Raphael, you have to go to bed. You're not staying out to learn how to do the no-fly zone. You're not doing that. Tina says, woohoo! Thank you, AB. Melanie says, don't forget, hit that like button before we go, crew. Yeah, that's the OGs here on Sunday morning. It's only OGs. What an incredible live number, though. So many of you get up and make us a part of your day, no matter what the day is, and we appreciate that so much. Finally, I need some of your prayers out there. You know I would never miss a show unless it wasn't very, very important. This is the most important day for my son that we have all year. It's the father-son tournament. And the last time it got rained out and the rescheduled, I was on the road doing a PGA Tour event. So I've never got to play with him before. Today's the day. And I think we're ready to go. I really do. But I need your best wishes for me and JJ this afternoon. But I'll be monitoring. Don't even worry about it. I'll have my little phone here. I've got Amazon Prime right here on my phone. I'll be watching DG and A, B, and Z. Don't even worry about it. I'll be very, very close. So now it's time for you to go out into the world. It's time for you to pay it forward. Enjoy the day. Spend it with your family. Have your 3 TVs on, whatever you got to do. But understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Sunday tickets straight to the pay window. My attacker, Lumble, my man from the Dirty Big Chuck, my numbers guy, Raphael Esparza, my partner, AB, and never forget about producer man behind the scenes, always making the show look like $1 million. Showdown, Mark. I got you. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about every single day right here on Driving the Line. Good luck.